Hello, so today we are going to deep dive into activities and notifications. So activities are generated on most everything you do within Sunix. So you do something, take action, upload a file. For this example, it generates an activity. As you can see, there are numerous activities that you can watch in Sunnis. When you first log into Sunnis, you always land on the activities page. And so that's what this looks like here. You have filters above. So anytime there's a lot of information in Sunnis, you'll typically see filters where you can drill down to what's most important to you. And then you can go actions, save current filters. So your filters are set for you anytime you log in. For example, you're in sales and the initial inquiry is the most important to you. You want to know that first things first when you log in. So you can set that as your activity type, actions, save current filters. Now, every time you log in, you see the initial inquiry made. You can also reset your filters, or you can then go in and look elsewhere, drill down to venues, whatever's important to you. Activity lists can also be exported. So if you want to drill down to additional information that isn't currently supported, such as event types or status, you can do so by exporting your list to Excel, and then you can organize or manipulate the data how you need to. So most things you're doing are creating activities. Now, not only is this kind of an audit log of what's going on, but it's also a way where we can manage your notifications or alerts that you're generating for yourself and your team. So we can associate activities with notifications or alerts. And that is managed in the venue level. So let's flip over to venues, and we're on the main general section, and we're going to scroll to the bottom to activity setup. And here we see activities that require verification. This is our top level alert. So this is where you identify the activities within your venue that you do not want to slip through the cracks. So what this means is that someone needs to check the box and say, yep, I saw that. When they check the box, it's time-stamped with their name as well. So if you get an alert that mail not sent, and your colleague Sarah came in and checks that box, that implies that Sarah took care of it. Sarah's on it. So if that mail is not sent again, you can go back to Sarah and say, hey, what happened? So there's some accountability there. When activities come through as requiring verification, the count is up here in activities. So I have 19 activities that we've identified as needing verification, so top level alerts that need to be verified. Now, when some activities, such as section sent, the action of either locking that section or unlocking that section will verify that activity because you're taking action on it. So if your couple, Elizabeth and Darcy, sent their food menu to you, you get an alert here, food menu sent. Then you go to the food menu, you look it over, yep, looks good, and you lock it. That will verify this activity for you. And of course, we'll timestamp it. So go through, determine which activities are of the utmost importance, top level alerts. The next level of alerts are called staff notifications. These can be duplicates if you want, or these can be a different set of activities. That's up to you. But a staff member will receive notification of any of these activities if they are subscribed to the event. Now, before we go into that, I do want to point out a couple things while we're on this page before I flip over to an event page. The activity time status exceeded, that is set down here. So you set limits of how long it can be in a certain status before that alert is generated. So date on hold is set to 4 days. So once an event has been date on hold for 4 days, regardless of activity, you will receive a status time exceeded alert or activity. There's also another one for no activity, 7 days. And no activity. This no activity, as I just said, is 7 days. And this is only active in inquiries. So if you were to set your inquiry to 2 days, for example, so you'd get a nudge at day 2. Hey, this has been an inquiry for 2 days. You send a follow-up. If the couple or your potential customer has not responded and there's been no activity for 7 days, you will receive a 7-day alert. If you do activity, so then you send another follow-up, the clock will be reset. However, if you get one 7-day activity, no activity alert, and you don't take action, so you don't send a new email, you don't do anything, the 7-day clock is not reset. You reset the 7-day no activity clock by, okay, so you have those. Now, staff notification, I mentioned the subscription, so let's go visit that. When you're in an event, let me just open up this one here. I can see here that there's a bell on this event. This bell implies that I am subscribed to this event. So for this venue, the activities that we've defined as generating a staff notification, I will be notified by. Appear on my bell, appear on the bell, as well as device notifications. So I can turn on push notifications to my phone, my tablet, whatever, and receive those notifications there as well. If I do not want to receive notifications on this event, I can unsubscribe. Actions, unsubscribe to changes. So it might be a situation where you're in sales, so you'll be subscribed to the lead you're managing through the sales process. But once you convert that lead, you can then unsubscribe because you don't need the event planning notifications if you're in sales. So again, you see it by the bell if you're subscribed, manage it under actions while you're in the general section. Then the activities of the setup saying that the staff notification, those activities are what you'll get your notifications on. Now return to the venue setup. The last of the activity setup is create a customer notification. So these are items the customer will be notified to or for in the portal. So they have a bell in their portal and they'll be notified, and they can set up push notifications as well. So they see on their device that the payment's been received or whatnot. So those are the activities. Now we also support notifications. So notifications are also under the venue level, notifications. Notifications can be sent due to status change. So I can, if I'm in sales, I want to be notified when there's an inquiry, but maybe I want to pass it off once it's confirmed to Rob, who is in, see his name here, but anyway, we'll send it off to another person for when it's confirmed. So we have notifications. Again, it's on the bell. It can be a push notification. So now Holly Adams will be confirmed or notified when the event is confirmed, while Holly Anagnosopoulos is notified when there's a new inquiry. So then this Holly could unsubscribe once it's moved over to confirmed. Then Holly Adams gets the alert that it's confirmed and goes in and subscribes because they'll take over the planning process. So that's an example of how that can work. So you can go by all the statuses, the correct people. You can also set up notifications based on your mail categories that are received. And for a deeper look on the mail categories, please check out Understanding Your Inbox. So those are other notifications you can generate. And speaking of mail, other notifications that you will get that are mail related are new message assigned. So if a message has been assigned to you, new member assigned. So any event that you're subscribed to, that another staff member has been assigned to an associated event message, you get notified. And if you're subscribed to an event and another staff member completes an associated message, you get a notification. So when you get notifications, you can go up to the bell and you can read them. You can click on them and it takes you to the correct section and marks them as read, or down the bottom, view all or mark all as read. Okay, so you can close that out. So those are the notifications. And I'd mentioned the push notifications, so definitely check out either the iOS instructions or Android instructions so you can turn on push notifications to your device. One last thing is how to verify your activities in bulk. So if you've let your activity list get a bit out of hand, or maybe you're just now wanting to adopt this as a workflow, so you want to verify in bulk, you can do so with the correct permissions by going down to Company, and I'm in the General tab, Actions, Verify Old Activities. And this will verify everything except for in the last 7 days. Okay, so that's a bulk verification. Now, one more thing before I let you go. The activities, when you verify, you're clicking the green button, and that's going to mark it as who verified it and when they verified it. And now I'm down to 18. You can filter just showing your unverified, so where you need action taken. And you can go down. Now, one of the activities that will show on your unverified is payment made that needs to be confirmed. So this arrow, this means that a payment's been reported. So Elizabeth Bennett reported a payment made of $300. So if you click here, it's going to take you to that payment, which you can then confirm the payment's receipt by clicking this green box. Make sure that you do have it in the bank account before you mark it as paid. So that will take care of those. And then you just work your way through that list. And when you're on the activity list, if there's something that you're curious about, so that invoice is created. What is that? If you click on it, it will take you to the correct section. Every event also has their own activity section. So an activity list of everything associated with that event. And again, if you want to see more information, you click on it, it takes you to the related section. And that is how we manage activities and notifications to help us stay on top of our workflow.